Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. This is for educational purpose only. This is all my thoughts, my speculations, and my opinions. Nothing else. Today I'd like to talk about one of the victims, Madison Morgan. May she rest in peace. Condolence to her family. And may the correct justice be served.
Somehow, the sheep got to the house on King Road, but it wasn't Kohberger's doing. She also plans to tell the jury there were two killers, and neither was Brian Kohberger. She alluded to this at a hearing back in April.
Your Honor, we have produced an expert that believes that it's likely that there were two people, two weapons.
That doesn't testimony about the degree of intoxication goes to the what I'm assuming was given that degree of intoxication, the ability to fight back. In rebuttal to your experts, as I understand it.
I think that's what the state says. I don't think that's proper rebuttal. Well, because we didn't talk about intoxication, because the state's medical examiner talks about defensive wounds anyway, so this would seem to be contradictory with other testimony that they intend to put on. We are not contesting the intoxication level of any of the deceased.
So right there, we found out that Maddie Morgan had no defensive wounds and could not fight back, even if she wanted to. The defense also argues they need more time to work on their alternate perpetrator theory. And Taylor writes, as scholars explain, here the central issue is the identity of the perpetrator. Even a reasonable doubt case implies a story that someone else did it. But it is a story with a huge hole, and one likely to be ineffective. The jury might speculate that if this defendant did not do it, there should be at least some evidence suggesting that someone else did. And it is especially incumbent on counsel to become aware of all existing evidence, because alternate perpetrator evidence may be deemed inadmissible under Idaho law if it merely tends to mislead the jury that another person committed the crime. Last week, the defense submitted information to Judge Hippler about alternate suspects that they'd like to present to the jury at trial. But Judge Hippler told Ann Taylor she needs to have evidence to back it up. She talked about reviewing the tens of thousands of tips and stumbling upon just one at a hearing in April.
We're not completed with that. I think I've read most of the police reports in this case, but I haven't read the thousands and thousands and thousands of tips that came in on this case. Don't think they're all not relevant, though. Recently, we came across a tip just in trying to work through some of these issues. We came across a tip that would appear to be an alternate suspect, and we're trying to work through that as rapidly as we can. It was quite a surprise to come up with that. There's got to be more in there that I need to know.
I went to
Today I wanted to discuss what was going on at the grub truck, especially with Maddie Morgan. May she rest in peace. Maddie was clearly intoxicated. Maddie told Adam something, according to Kaylee, something that could have gotten all of the four victims into severe trouble. Number 9 waited for Maddie to come to the grub truck. He gave her a hug. Maddie whispered something in his ear. And this is the gesture he gave number 8 after Maddie walked off. He was going to put Maddie to sleep, in my opinion. Did he actually do that? Because Maddie did not have any defensive wounds. The first time I personally found something that looked like number 9 was putting in Maddie's mouth. I spoke about it plenty of times. Some people agree that number 9 put something in Maddie's mouth, and some people don't. Nevertheless, number 9 goes to the corner of the grub truck, talks to someone, picks up something. Maddie's waiting for him near the counter. She's kneeling her back towards the counter. Everybody's watching what's going on. And then number 9 is collecting his food same time from the cashier. And he uses his other hand to put something in Maddie's mouth. I found that to be very interesting. And the fact that Maddie didn't have defense wounds, she couldn't defend herself tragically, makes me ask more questions about number 9. 3 unidentified male DNAs, mixed male DNAs, was found under Maddie's nails. I wonder if number 9's DNA was found under Maddie's nails. Why would number 9 want to put Maddie to sleep? Could Maddie have overdosed? Do you all remember the beginning of this case? We heard from the young gentleman called Dave. He said that in the morning when he got up at 10 a.m., the social media was going wild. Remember, this was before the police were even called. And he said many people on the social media were stating that the 4 victims OD'd. They got a bad badge of rugs. And we heard WSU Kim saying that there was a shakedown. Or there was going to be a shakedown that night. Let me know what you all see. I can clearly see number 9 putting something in Maddie's mouth. Was Maddie OD'd? Is my question. And could Maddie have been attacked when she came home? Maybe when they were letting the dog out to potty. Could Maddie have ran towards Taylor Avenue? And could one of the frat boys have pulled her a black coat? Or maybe dragged her into the bushes? I hate to say that. But we did see people behind the bushes, allegedly. You can see what number 9 is up to. Now let me tell you a bit about number 9. He loves playing with knives. I've seen pictures of him with red liquid or red ketchup on his white t-shirt, and he tore his t-shirt with a knife, and he had the knife, a bloody knife, in his hand. Whether he's doing it for pranks or not, it is kind of disturbing to see such pictures. What is he capable of? And let's not forget, number 9 is one of the Sigma Chi fraternity boys. The reason I mention that is it's really important to follow everything at the grub truck, Banfield, Corner Club, and you'll notice it was all frats, sororities around. And it was the frats and sororities sending each other Venmos for $6. It's all in front of eyes, allegedly. This is the reaction of the other frats watching number 9 putting something in Maddie's mouth. That's why I believe they all were part of the plan. Allegedly. As soon as Maddie and Kaylee walk inside the grub truck, you see number 9 calling out to Maddie. He was trying to get her attention. pay attention is going to put Maddie to sleep. This white truck either belongs to David Lott, allegedly, or Jack Decor. I wonder how long it was parked in front of Kings Road. I saw it parked there at 1:56. Quite strange. The picture on the left, that is when Maddie and Kaylee allegedly got home. That is when the driver, Eric Gower, drove them home. Could they have been attacked then, allegedly? I've shown you all these three young men at Banfield, how they're looking towards the bushes and towards Maddie's black coat, in my opinion. Could they have attacked Maddie on her way home, or when she came out with Kaylee to let Murphy out to party? There are weapons and people in the bushes, allegedly, in my opinion, with masks, costumes, etc. How did Maddie's coat end up here? And why didn't the police bag it? Somebody told me that, actually a couple of people told me that it looks like a leg underneath. Could that be a leg? Did these evil people drag Maddie into the bushes? Maddie wouldn't have been able to defend herself. It's heartbreaking. Were they taking revenge on Maddie? Like the 4chan said, that Madison, Zana, and Ethan were the main targets? Is this a weapon? Allegedly. And why is this guy's pant looks like it has red liquid, dry red liquid? Doesn't make sense. The Banfield boys, number 8, number 9 at the grub truck, Saeed at the Banfield, Jovito at the grub truck, the crowd yelling Zana and Ethan's name, all need to be investigated, in my opinion. Why does he have a cut in his pants, the middle one? Strange. This guy definitely has on a Vans pair of shoes. Wasn't that what was found at the crime scene near Dylan's room? One footstep of a Vans shoe with a diamond footprint underneath. You can clearly see Timothy looking into the bushes. I wonder why. I wonder if there was brewing beef between DM and Maddie Morgan, because 13 days before the unalivings, they had a Halloween party in the house, or Halloween gathering. Maddie put up DM on her TikTok. She was calling her the F-word manipulator, F-word liar. She was calling her Jaden. Like this if you're gay. Jaden, allegedly. I wonder why. Could DM have taken revenge, allegedly? Or did DM decide not to call 911 because she was being tired of being bullied and hazed? Maybe DM was keeping a secret. And that's why Maddie was letting it all out on TikTok. Is Is that possible? Was this a crime of passion or revenge? For me, it sounds more personal, more like a revenge, because using a knife is usually very personal. So could number 9 have put something in Maddie's mouth so that she couldn't defend herself? At 2:55, we hear a female yelling, "Stop it, stop," from the police's own body cam. Could that have been Maddie Morgan? May she rest in peace. The reason I ask if it's Maddie is because Maddie was the last victim who made a call at 2:53 to Bethany Funk, and Bethany did not answer the call. Why didn't the surviving roommates come to the memorial? Were they scared, or did they have bruises? Did they have injuries that could have caused speculation? Let me know what you'll think. Please like, share, and subscribe. May the correct justice be served for these 4 victims. Condolence to their families.